Have you ever had French onion soup? It's a delicious soup made with onions, beef broth, a plethora of cheeses. Now, imagine that and wrap your head around taking all of those elements and making it in pizza form. Today, we're making an onion soup infused pizza dough, a thicker than normal onion soup broth, which I'm gonna use as my sauce, and then a combination of not only Swiss cheese, but also some Gruyere to put on top. My stomach is growling. I'm super excited. Let's get on with the recipe. First thing I have to do is make this idea. I have it in my head and I don't know if it's gonna work / kidding. Every time I say that, it's a loaded question. It obviously is gonna work. If it didn't, you'd never see it. I'm gonna take onion soup mix to infuse the pizza dough with some onion soup flavor. All right, while that heats up to 115, setting it aside, now we're gonna mix our powders. Good old Stanley mixer coming in clutch. First thing, a little bit of all-purpose flour, some sugar, instant yeast, salt. This is something I'm excited about. I'm gonna use a packet of this instant soup mixture. It's just gonna give it flavor. Now there's obviously little bits of onion in here. I can feel it. Just trying to infuse this with as much onion flavor as possible. Some added flavor via some dried thyme. Incredibly interesting. We're gonna knead it out for a few seconds and then add it back into this bowl with some oil, cover it, let it chill for like an hour so that it can grow. All right, now is one of my favorite things. We're gonna caramelize these onions. We're gonna add butter. There's gonna be sugar involved. I'm gonna put some thyme leaves in there. Things are about to escalate. Now, once the butter is fully melted, we're gonna add the onions and then cook them down for quite a while. The trick is you really wanna make sure that the melted butter is touching all the onions, and you also wanna make sure that the onions are all pulled apart. You don't want clumps. I'm gonna add fresh thyme, dried bay leaves, some garlic, salt, and pepper, and continue cooking this down. At this point, I'm gonna take out the bay leaves and we're gonna add some red wine and cook that down a substantial amount. And a lot of the times people ask me, yo, if you're cooking with wine, is there a specific wine that I should be using? And it's a very simple rule. If you like the wine, if you drink that wine, then it's good enough to put in the food. And also brings me to another life metaphor. Don't get bad wine because then you won't drink it. And if you're not drinking wine, then your life sucks. It's not a good one. So basically what I'm trying to do is cook all the liquid out, and then we're gonna add some flour to create that roux that I was talking about earlier, at which point we'll add some beef broth. All right, check out our dough right over here. It looks like a French onion soup in bread form. I'm gonna roll this out. All right, so the dough is laid out. It looks very interesting, to say the least. A ladle of this French onion soup sauce. Now our cheese mixture of Gruyere and Swiss. Now into the oven, 500 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. And then I get to eat this thing. Sorry in advance for not sharing some with you. Oh, baby, guys, I have to admit something. I made this twice because the first time I wasn't necessarily happy with the way it looked. Plus, I ate the entire thing because it was so delicious. The dough is perfect. It is a thin crust pizza, which I'm not mad at. I'm gonna cut this into wedges and then garnish it, and then I get to eat it and explain to you guys exactly what's going on here. It looks like an onion soup. It smells like a French onion soup, but does any of that even matter if it doesn't taste like a French onion soup pizza? It's like a weird mind game here. I know I'm eating a pizza, but it seems like I'm also eating a French onion soup. This, my friends, is good soup. Good soup. Pizza. This might be one of the better pizzas I've created ever. Hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the journey that we went on to create something I don't think the world has ever seen before. Remember to hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below letting me know if there's something you want to see me make. And that just about does it. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to become a recipe champion in your own home, head over to recipechampions.com for all my published recipes.